We are back, and we are talking about my blind love AEW Nightmare Collective episode. No, I'm sorry. AEW Dynamite Bash at the Beach on the Jericho Cruise. Mike.
Well, before we start that,
Go ahead.
I don't want to date us, I guess, but
It's a couple weeks old.
What was released today? Did you see what was
It was
released
a
today?
Nightmare Collective thing.
And did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Because now people are saying like they kind of like just completely canceled the Nightmare Collective with
She's
this
in
thing.
therapy. That's
And
what
they
the
said
clip
now
was.
it may have all been part of her imagination or something.
What?
Who are they? Who? What's the Nightmare Collective?
They weren't on this
Brandy's.
show. They weren't on this
Okay,
show.
okay.
The two things that Mike really fucking hates, and a lot of people do, to be fair,
Yeah, a lot.
and it's not good. I will admit a lot of it's not good. Dark Order and Nightmare Collective both were not on this show, making this a much better show than some of the other ones that they've had. But did you see what they're doing with Dark Order in Being the Elite? They did a whole thing.
I don't want to have to watch Being the Elite, AEW Dark, all this stuff to get their storylines.
Well, it's
are
an
they doing?
interesting thing. They're Dark Order found the footage of the guy who was missing the punches, and they corner. It's obviously
It's Eric Cannon.
No, it's Brandon Cutler. They're saying it's Brandon Cutler
Okay.
because he tries to quit. He throws the mask. You don't see him, but the guy throws the mask out. Then they're following him around, and he's in his house. It's like first person, but they're in his house, and he's like,
This sounds bad.
"No, it's not bad. It's not. It's not as bad as I'm making it out to be." But they're like,
I am so confused.
"You can never quit." All
No
this
idea.
stuff.
No
But they're trying to fix the missing punch.
You know what? I got an idea. Put Brandon Cutler under a mask and never let him speak.
Shots.
You know what? Stay behind that camera.
Shots fired.
Stay behind that camera there, Brandon.
Shots fired. He's not a bad wrestler in the ring. All right.
Stick to D&D.
This show was Bash at the Beach.
Nothing wrong with E&D, you bastard.
I'm not saying. I was just saying.
You're
stick.
real MJF over there, you dick. I love the setting of this.
Yeah, very
I thought
cool.
it was cool.
Very cool.
Probably not executed exactly how perfectly, with some wind issues and
Well, they're on a boat.
You
What do
are on a
expect?
boat.
yeah.
Can
We're
I let you in on a
done.
secret at this
the
point?
editing.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you son
I
of a
wanted to.
bitch!
I actually
You
wanted
told
to.
me.
I know, and I wanted to, but I didn't have time.
I wanted to get your opinion on
I
this.
wanted to watch it. I was very intrigued by this coming off a boat, and there was too much NXT this weekend, and I couldn't watch it.
Oh, boy.
Wow, what a bummer.
Well, there you go.
I'm very interested to hear about it.
Mike and I are going to argue about it.
I'm genuinely
Hey,
interested.
I might have an idea.
Okay, maybe. 30% of an idea.
30%.
2X you watched it this time?
I actually watched it. Yeah,
Wow.
watched it
So
today.
what?
On
This is
2X?
on,
All right.
No.
It's on the Jericho Cruise.
which is
Yeah, because they didn't have a 2X this time.
No.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Jericho Rockin'
Wrestling Rager.
Wrestling.
Last
Rager.
time it was very popular. A lot of people loved it going on it. They said it was a really good experience.
Still very popular.
And it seemed
And this will make it more popular.
Yeah.
And next year they announced they will be shooting
live.
live.
How the hell? They must be doing it docked.
Well, that's how they already did. It was docked.
No, I mean docked in America.
Yes.
And then they're gonna go on
Docked
their
probably
trip.
in Miami. Or
Yeah. That's what it's gonna have to be.
Because the thing was to make sure that this was aired on Wednesday night. It was taped Tuesday.
Right.
They flew 2 separate copies on 2 separate planes
Right.
to Atlanta
Yes.
to be sure they
Wow.
got it
in
into
case
the,
one plane was shot down. That was one of the reasons.
That's Dave being a Meltzer being a crazy person.
Well, according to Uncle Dave.
Because we're in a war.
Seems like
Uncle
a
Dave
little
says.
bit of a waste of,
resources.
yeah.
But hey, you know,
Maybe
If
drive
they
one
do it
of them.
live, they're not going to be able to do
you
it.
can't drive one because they were docked in the Bahamas. That's where they filmed this, in the Bahamas.
Oh,
Yeah, they were in the
okay.
Bahamas.
I thought they were in Miami. Okay.
No, not this time. They took off from. And we're saying if they're doing it live, they have to do it first before they
In
leave to
Miami,
go to the
and
They
then-
took
Bahamas.
off
and then go on.
Sunday. I
Yeah,
think it took off Sunday.
so there were a bunch of matches and like 7 shows before this even happened.
MVP was on
Yes.
the boat, and then
Booker T was on the boat.
Yes,
Flair was the master of ceremonies.
Flair was there.
There's some others too.
They did a whole panel with Vicky.
Right, Vicky Guerrero was like
Chavo and
right.
something
Eddie's daughter.
captain or whatever.
Oh, Chavo was there?
Honorary captain.
Chavo was there, yeah. They had a bunch of other people wrestling, I think, too.
Yeah, I'm sure
I
they
have
did.
to imagine there was dark matches, if you will, the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's
Yeah,
matches
absolutely.
all over the place. And a lot of AEW
And like all the
matches.
goofy shit they can put on dark matches too.
Yeah.
Like people last time, like they all dressed up as each other.
I saw a picture of Jericho and I think SCU all
Yes.
dressed up as various Jerichos.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were all different Jerichos. Yep. Yeah. So go ahead, run us down, run us through this, Mike.
So, we open up, and so it's set up pretty cool. There's not much space around the ring.
Yeah, but it didn't matter.
Pack it in. But there's ain't going to be
stands or
no suicide dives.
Right. Oh, right. There's no room around the ring.
No
You
room
can't
around the
jump outside. You can't
Right.
do like a tope
Was this a
con
PWG like fans at the ring?
No, they
there
were.
was
Okay.
There was barricades.
about as much room as
From-
me to you.
You could walk
Yeah,
around it,
Okay.
Yeah.
but not.
So you could go like if you wanted, you could do like top rope sideways.
Then that's essentially what they did.
Yeah. Yes. And stuff onto the ramp, like
Yes.
Oh yeah,
within the ring
Sure,
onto
sure.
the flush ramp.
But it was windy.
Very
And
windy.
You're still on water. There were like I did hear stuff and read stuff how they did have matches like in the middle of the water and you're still swaying back
Yeah.
and forth,
Yeah.
which is not easy.
Yeah.
I guess there was a bowling tournament on the cruise,
Okay.
but understandably, imagine bowling on
Yeah.
a boat.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
Ball's moving.
You're going, and all of a sudden, boom.
Maybe you'd be better. Maybe you'd be a little better.
You know?
I like there was a basketball court,
Yeah.
full basketball court, and that probably also wasn't easy to play.
No, I can't. I tried to play basketball drunk once. And that was one of the worst things I've ever done. I saw a thing that apparently, who's the little tiny guy that does flip?
Marco Stunt.
Marco Stunt's
Yeah.
a great singer, apparently.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
had karaoke
yeah.
and stuff.
So he sang with Fozzy. He sang "I Wear My Sunglasses at Night" with Fozzy,
okay.
and everybody thought he was like a
yeah,
star.
if you go back, like you can see videos of him. He plays guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
And he is he's a good singer.
Yeah, so he sang. Everybody loved it. There's videos of John Moxley like with an eye patch singing karaoke at night
Yes.
as well.
Singing,
a bunch of different songs.
Sweet Caroline, singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
With that lineup was hilarious. It was John Moxley, Priscilla Kelly, and Darby Allin singing
Yes.
Bohemian Rhapsody. What the fuck? What a weird trio. I know the other two are married, but still, just to hear Darby Allin sing too is a little weird.
So we start right off with the AEW World Tag Team Title match. And now it's Omega and Hangman versus SCU, Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. And so Kenny and Hangman had this shot because they won a tag team
the week
four-way
before.
the week before.
Yeah.
And they've been tagging together recently. And Hangman's been
He's drunk.
he's kind of been a drunkard and kind of been testy and
He doesn't want to
So it's,
associate with the
elite.
the
Bucks
elite.
or any elite member.
So
It's an uneasy
I thought you were gonna
alliance.
say something.
Uneasy alliance.
we start Kazarian and Page begin. Kazarian grounded Page with the side headlock. Omega and Sky tag in. Omega worked on Sky's arm. They did a tackle drop down leapfrog tackle sequence. Page comes in, hits a fallaway slam on Sky. Kazarian blind tagged himself in and hit Page with a leg lariat and a leg drop for a near fall. Omega broke up an ensuing pin attempt. Kazarian hit Page with an unprettier. Both hit simultaneous clotheslines into a double down. Omega and Sky tagged in. Omega hit Kazarian with a Snapdragon. Omega hit Sky with You Can't Escape, which I always feel like when Kenny does that You Can't Escape, I always feel that move where he's got the
Yeah.
Samoan.
And then he goes forward.
I feel like he always
hits his head.
hits the top of his head. I
Yeah.
feel like that's gotta fucking like.
And he and Hangman did the thing that him and Ibushi did, where
Yeah, essentially.
they cracked heads a
That's
couple
right.
years ago when the
Yeah.
Golden Lovers came back and they did it. And they
Yeah.
hadn't practiced it. Ibushi and him cracked heads and cracked his head open basically during the match.
Yeah, and
Gross.
so Paige does a standing shooting star. Paige hits Kazarian with a crossbody off the post. They flew over the barrier into the crowd. Omega hit Sky with a buckle bomb. Sky ducked a V-trigger, but Omega hit a second one. Sky avoids the one-wing angel. Hits a Frankensteiner. Paige accidentally hits Omega with a buckshot lariat
Which this has happened now
a couple times.
2 or 3 times.
And that's his finisher, is it not?
Yes.
Yes, he does a finisher on Omega by accident.
Oopsie.
Sky hits Omega with the TKO for near fall. Paige hit a tope suicida on the ramp during commercial break. Oh, this is something I've been meaning to bring up for weeks.
What they do,
NXT and AEW.
doing too much.
Just cut the fucking commercial.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the mini box anymore.
Yeah.
Don't want to see it.
I disagree. I
I
liked
hate
seeing.
Because having not actually seen it, I think I would probably want the mini box.
Yeah.
I can't.
But
I
I've
don't
not
like
seen
it.
it.
The only
I've
problem
not seen
was
it,
that
so.
they did seem to amp up right as they went to commercial.
Right.
That was like
I think
poor
the-
timing of the.
Some of the
commercial
problem
break.
is they're still doing stuff in commercial break that seems important.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
I would
I
just-
actually like that. Watching NXT where the commercial breaks are in it, but you don't have to sit through the commercials. I actually can appreciate that they're not just we'll start in a rest hold, we'll come back in the same rest hold.
Right.
that's what SmackDown used to do.
I can't for some reason.
SmackDown
At
Live.
first, I thought I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm glad we're still getting it," and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'd rather just
I think they just need to use it better.
Yeah.
Like they
maybe
do some things that are kind of cool, but not like that.
They've
really-
done stuff before where like Jericho's like throwing a temper tantrum during the whole
Right.
break,
Yeah.
where
Right.
he's smashing a chair on the guardrail. or something.
99% of the time on both shows, I
Yeah.
fast forward through that when they split into box. and
Yeah,
box.
because you know nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if you got to fast forward, go
like
for it.
this one, and then the when they go to commercial in the Moxley Pac match. I felt like that was probably not the greatest
Yeah.
times to do it.
So Omega hits a Tiger Driver on Kazarian for a 2 count. Sky and Kazarian hit SCU later on Omega. Paige broke up the pin, shoving Sky into Kazarian. Paige hits a discus lariat and a powerbomb on Kazarian. He then hits a buckshot lariat on Sky on the ramp. Paige then jumps back inside, hits Kazarian with the buckshot for the pin. So Paige winning it pretty much single-handedly.
Yeah, he won
Yeah.
it by himself because Kenny was.
And he took a beating for a long time by himself too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then the Bucks come out to celebrate with Omega after the match, and Hangman's kind of standoffish and kind of just like, yeah, cool. And
Yeah.
instead of rather celebrate, he crowd surf with a
Yeah.
beer.
He got a beer.
That was
and
pretty
It's
started
kind of
crowd surfing.
uneasy, and it's kind of obviously. I've really liked what they're doing here with Hangman and Omega and the Bucks.
Their
Yeah.
tag team is fun.
Their tag team's good, and obviously we're coming up to some sort of
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hangman's
break.
going to turn on
something.
Omega.
Some sort of break is coming.
But there's been also rumor that like he's going to convince Omega to change sides, which I don't know if that's going
Right.
to happen. But
But this is all stemming all the way back to Hangman not being the executive vice president, and
right.
Oh, that's in it now
And
that the other ones are, and he's
there's
not.
other storyline stuff, like you say, you don't watch Being the Elite, but there's other storyline stuff in there, like he when he fought Jericho at All In, he wanted or All Out, whatever it was, All Out.
Yeah.
He requested that the Bucks be his second, and they said no.
yeah,
They only do it for Omega. They're not going to do it for him, and he was pissed off about that.
Why did they say that?
Obviously, just to piss him off.
I see.
They're like, no, we have an important match. Because I think they had that ladder match, so they're like, oh, we have that important ladder match. We're not going to be able to.
Oh, okay. Are they just in an overall? They're still keeping him and MJF away from each other. Paige and
yeah.
MJF.
No,
Yeah, they're
MJF
completely
is
apart.
strictly Cody.
Okay.
It seems like for the next few months.
Because I feel like that eventually will be their big thing is those
Yeah.
two. But
But I think they're most definitely pointing towards Hangman heel turn.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
definitely turned.
Especially-
it sounds like that. Yeah.
Especially later on when they go to the interview
Yes.
between the two of them.
So, well, I don't know if we will bring this up, but I guess they're gonna do. I don't know. Is it on Dark? They're doing the intergender.
They had Omega and Riho faced
Sabian
and Penelope Ford, and apparently, according to Meltzer, Omega went all out, like gave J drillers and stuff like that to Penelope Ford, like
Oh, really?
V triggers and J drillers, and just
in the match.
did
Well,
all of his stuff to
the
Penelope
weird thing,
Ford.
I guess the weird thing, and I was listening to this, what Meltzer said was that, so at some point they're all talking, like thanking everyone, and Kenny does say like,
Yeah,
No,
it was a test.
no.
Oh.
He said like, I am an executive vice president with a little bit of pull, like almost like I should have more pull. Like he doesn't have much pull, and Meltzer was kind of like, yeah, that's a story for another time. He was about to tell, but he's like, I can't tell that story. Where obviously like Kenny obviously has I feel like Kenny has a certain idea of what he wants to do,
Yeah.
but I think Tony's like,
No, don't do that.
let's not maybe go full-fledged into, I think it's about the intergender and the women's wrestling.
Yeah. He definitely wants a team of three. He
Yes.
keeps talking about it.
I think,
And he said, I think he said on the mic, Meltzer said that he said, like, this was a test
yeah.
to see if people would be okay with
Yeah,
this or something.
because he
like
said,
that.
like, yeah, Meltzer, Kenny was like, I have a little bit of pull around here, making it seem like they don't give him actually as much pull as he'd like.
Plot
EVPs.
Plot's thickening.
So, next match, we get Britt Baker versus they debuting.
Is Omega gonna have the best match main event has ever had when he's in
Oh
WWE?
my
So-
God. Don't say that.
Easily. Best
Him
velocity match
him,
ever.
him versus best shotgun Saturday night main event of all
Against
time.
Riddick Moss.
Best Sunday night heat match of all time.
Oh, I wonder
Put him and John Morrison could have a real good match at main event.
Yeah,
they're
there
not
you go.
doing that again. I wonder if they're doing that again this year. I don't think they are.
What?
NXT doing that halftime heat. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I watched that like 6 months later. But
They
eventually I
haven't
saw it.
promoted it in the Super
Yeah.
Bowls this weekend, so
You can't say that on the air. You have to say the big game.
the big game.
Oh,
is
we're
this
gonna
weekend.
get fucking sued. Fuck. So we got Britt Baker versus the debuting Priscilla
NFL,
Kelly.
we have
Is
an email
Britt
address
Baker
you can
actually
send us a
good?
cease and desist.
Like, why is she getting a push? Because I watched this match and she was god awful.
Yeah.
She wasn't. This
She
was
was.
one of her better matches.
What?
Sadly, I thought
Oh
it was
my
one of her better matches.
God, she is so bad.
I thought she was way better in this match than she's been. I don't know if I'm wrong
I don't know,
about.
there's-
Maybe I'm wrong about that, but
She is so bad.
It's
My god.
just not clicking.
I don't know what is going on with her though, because I saw matches with her before that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, what has changed here?
She's
kind of
WWE
just
wrestler.
like-
She's got to show up in NXT.
So Baker. So yeah, we get Britt versus Priscilla.
I like Priscilla a lot. Her facials are awesome. Like
Yes.
her like dead eye and all that stuff that she was doing.
She's a good seller, yeah.
So Baker used
That
three-
hair color too.
Yeah.
The hell, that is the brightest hair color, like a bright red.
So Baker uses 3 quick pinning combinations for near falls right off the bat. Kelly grabbed a chin lock, hit some strikes to the back. Excuse me. During the break, Kelly remained in control through the ad. Priscilla hits a drop kick as the show returned. Did a series of misdirection spots. Stuff came off slow, right?
Very slow.
Yeah.
But I thought it was less botchy than normal Britt Baker.
But you could still see
boy.
she was messing up a lot.
I don't know if she's messed up, but it's just
It's clunky.
it's clunky.
yeah.
But this was less clunky than it's been. Like her and Riho had some real clunkers.
Yeah, it's just they trade it near falls, then
And
Baker.
you can't use the excuse of the language barrier on this one either.
No.
Like,
Baker applied lockjaw. She uses the ropes to push off. They keep the hold
I
applied
like
in the
that.
center of the ring.
that was good.
And
Yeah.
Kelly taps out.
I like how she used like a
And it's called Lockjaw.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
She does like a
There's-
crossface, but then grabs the mouth.
There's
with the
good
teeth.
ideas in these matches, but they're just
Poorly executed.
yeah.
Clunky.
1 star.
Clunker. The best
Yeah,
part of
like-
this match was the end of the match. Her
Yeah,
interview.
The end of the match. And then, spoke of this, I know we're talking about Dave too much, but I was listening to him and he's talking about some women's match on NXT and then like against some women's match on AEW and he was like, oh, that AEW's women's match. So I was just like, what the fuck is he talking about? There's some matches. I don't know. Sorry, that was weird.
I don't know.
So after the match, Tony Schiavone
Tony Schemo.
interviews Baker. He questions her use of the ropes. I will say Tony came out hot here. Tony,
You love Tony. That's the
How
one.
did it Mean Gene?
He
he
kind of
was
is.
really coming at her with these questions.
Now wait a minute.
Baker then healed off on Tony. She mocked him for taking a job at Starbucks before coming to AEW. And you were, what's she called? She calls him a shitty barista.
Unbleeped. That's the best part. One of the best parts about Dynamite is they can say like 4 shits a show.
Yeah.
Or bastard or whatever, and it's not bleeped. It's kind of fun. Or flip the bird and it's not blurred.
Yep.
Like those kind of things are
Or
fun.
cut away from that.
Right. Those are fun to see because they're natural reactions.
Baker said she's a role model and the hottest girl on this boat.
Let's be honest. I'm the hottest girl on this boat by
She
far.
said she's smart, educated, brilliant, and a dentist. And they kind of like cut her off in the middle of her thing.
Because apparently I heard Dave talk about this. It's also kind of funny. She's like, you have all these problems, but also like your left bicuspid is really off. You need to go in and get that checked.
I think this is.
Here's my card. You need to come in and get that tooth fixed.
I think that's the better choice. Is
To
to
cut
have
her
her
off?
no, have her be a heel.
It worked.
Yeah.
This time, it seemed, maybe I'm wrong here, but it seemed like a good scripted promo someone wrote for her that she didn't deliver 100% right
Yeah.
and didn't feel 100% natural, but it was really well written.
I think this is a way better angle than like her being like, I'm a doctor.
White meat babyface?
Yeah. Like I'm a doctor, I'm a babyface. Like, okay, who gives a fuck? You're a dentist.
Yeah.
You're a fucking dentist. As B. Priestley said. You're a fucking dentist.
That's what needs to
Captain fucking New Japan. That's
Finn Balor.
You never heard him say that?
No.
That's like classic, man. Captain fucking New
Yeah,
Japan.
he's like
He's talking about
calling out Okada.
Yeah.
Or Tanahashi, I think.
Yeah.
Wait,
something-
Tanahashi or the real Captain New Japan? Because
And
that's
then
the thing.
He said what did he say? That's why I always say like heel Finn Balor. Go watch
Oh,
heel
so
Finn
good.
Balor New Japan. It's really good because he'll like somebody will interview like some Japanese will do an interview him and he'll be like, hold on. Give me the bag, Tonga, and I'll put a black bag over the guy's head. Like, okay, now you can ask me questions.
And there's something, but he
Yeah.
brings up, he just goes, Captain
was
fucking
like
New Japan.
It was like a 3-on-3 match, and he's like,
Yeah.
really, Tanahashi, you gonna bring out so and so and Captain fucking New Japan as your partners? Yeah.
So, and the best part of this whole thing was when Brett says
Yes.
says to
Shitty
Tony,
barista.
he does this weird thing where it's, what the fuck?
He mouths, what the fuck, into the camera.
A forever gift.
I didn't notice
Forever,
it.
what the fuck?
I didn't notice it at first until you sent
Him
the
going,
gif.
What
Like,
the fuck?
it's so funny.
That's why Tony's the fucking best.
Oh, it was good.
They showed replay of Jungle Boy going 10-minute draw with Jericho last month. Seems like they keep going back. I think they're going to go back to this again.
Yeah,
Jungle
they should.
Boy and
They
Jericho.
should. Jungle Boy was looking improved in the
Yeah.
last few weeks. He's looking better. So
The crowd sang along when Jericho comes
this
out.
match was like quintessential awesome AEW match. Because
Yeah, that was a take.
Really?
I didn't like that.
I loved when Jungle Boy and all them came out and Marco Stunt came out with the little kid.
Yeah.
Life vest on, and then
Yep.
he goes to run to the ring. He's all excited, like running around like he does. And
Wait, who is this?
Marco Stunt.
Okay, sorry. I was looking up Tony Schiavone.
The fireworks go off, on the ramp, and he gets scared. He's like, "Oh no!" He runs back because he's afraid of fireworks. And when he couldn't get the life vest off, and
that
he's
was
just
hilarious.
shaking his arms back like a little kid would. That was great.
So this, I don't know, this match didn't really do it for me.
I just thought it was fun.
I don't want but Marco is just like it was so small.
I thought it was so well done because he's like feeling his oats at the end of the match, like, all right, people love me, I'm getting cheered, yes, and then Jericho just does the Judas, just like boom, Judas effect, dead.
Yeah,
he just completely wiped out on the ground, like completely dead. Like, oh, okay, that's over.
All right, well, in the match, Jurassic Express starts off. They cut off Ortiz with tandem offense. Then Santana, Ortiz makes a comeback on Jungle Boy, cut him off with a leg sweep. Jericho got a tag and hit Jungle Boy with 2 slams during a break. Inner Circle continued working over Jungle Boy for several minutes. He got brief hope spot and hitting crossbody off the second rope on Jericho for a near fall. Jungle Boy finally managed to tag Luchasaurus, who hit a tail whip on Santana. Shining Wizard, a Shining Lizard
yes,
right.
on Ortiz.
I did notice that. I was
Yes.
like, oh, that's fun.
Then a double choke slam. Luchasaurus hits a standing moonsault on Jericho. It seems like Luchasaurus is finally shaking off that injury
he's
he had.
back a little bit. Looking better.
Then Hager interferes. Luchasaurus tags Stun in and brawls with Hager to the back. Stun hits a 450, which is kind of crazy to do it when it's so windy on a boat.
Yeah.
On Jericho for a 2 count, which I thought he was going to fucking get the pin. When he hit that 450,
Jericho put a lot of the stuff over.
yeah, Stunt got two more quick near falls off of cradles. Jericho then hits a Judas effect and pins Stunt.
Just absolutely annihilates him.
And then Jericho pops open a bottle of bubbly after the match and sprays the crowd.
And I cut you off when you were talking about the entrance where they all sang. Everyone was singing Judas, and he started laughing and was like entertained by it. Like, oh, that was fun. Keep doing that.
They
was a great
recap
moment.
MJF and Cody video package.
Right, because they're setting up all the lashes and the cage match and whatever other shit he's got to do. Kiss the ring.
MJF versus Joey Janela.
Now, is Joey Janela actually upset with his place in this company, or is that just like a thing that was...
I think it was a bit.
Okay.
MJF offers a handshake. Janela accept it, then MJF spit in his face. Like a great year.
Gross.
Yep.
MJF used other classic heel tactics. He bailed outside the stall, raked Janela's eyes, worked him over with some basic offense. After the break, Janela was in control. It's a superplex for a 2 count. Janela was distracted as Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. This is one thing AEW does a bit too much is distractions. Way too many distractions. And distraction finishes.
Sabian and Penelope Ford are a real couple, and Penelope Ford used to be, obviously, used to date Joey Janela.
Did you mention that Hager came out to distract
Yes.
Luchasaurus?
And they fought to the back. Yeah.
Okay.
MJF hit a double cross, then a pin for the win. MJF cuts a promo on Cody after the match. He calls Cody a poet, but reminded him that if he's writing a book, MJF is the last chapter.
He also said something about, you're a poet, and there's a lot of mumble rappers out there that are poets too.
Cody comes out.
Talk about Mace that way.
MJF reminded him that he can't touch him, or else the match is off. He mocked Cody's lisp. This is great, this whole part. He offers Cody the mics, then drops it.
Yeah, pick it up.
And
Pick it up.
kicks it. So good. Trying to bait him in to fight
He's
him.
good at this.
Cody said, I can't touch you, but smartly brings out 2 guys who can touch him.
Yeah, the Young Bucks sneak up behind him.
And does the perfect thing. They double super kick him and throw him right into the swimming pool.
Which was fun, but
Classic.
we get this is the first time we get the bleeping because the crowd's saying fuck.
Yeah, there was
fuck
there
you,
was a bit
MJF,
of
or something
that,
like that. So it's like in the middle of Cody trying to set up stall him so the Young Bucks can sneak up and super kick him. It's getting bleeped.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I don't think I noticed.
They keep saying fuck you MJF or something like that, and they bleeped it the whole time.
All right,
I
so
feel
what you're
like-
saying is AEW has the worst crowds.
You would not
Well,
like
I'll
that.
mention something later.
Yeah, there's another thing that happens that wasn't good.
Well, yeah.
With the crowd?
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah. So
Yeah, him getting thrown in the pool and then him
Right.
saying, help me, I can't swim. And the Bucks are like, ha ha, he went on a boat, he can't swim? What?
this is
That was
it's
so
a
fun.
perfect way to do this.
And
where
then he,
it doesn't make him look like an idiot. They still got the feudy code,
the Cody feud.
the Cody feud.
After
Feudy
that,
code.
it wasn't.
I call it a feudy code.
That's
a
what should
feudy code.
That's what it should be called from now on. A feudy code. There wasn't a commercial break for this, correct? There was nothing in the commercial
I
break.
don't think so.
He apparently got out and did like a Bobby Heenan style pratfall where he slipped on the water and fell back in. And I also enjoyed Excalibur when they picked him up and threw him in. He's like, they can't do that. He's got Burberry boots on. He just had those made.
I love MJF. I do.
He's
MJF
very
is
good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
That was great.
I discovered him at a concert of all places.
At a
did.
Wheatus concert?
You discovered it.
You discovered
At
it.
the Wheatus concert.
You
yeah.
let everyone know.
Hey, this guy's got something.
I just happened to be at a Wheatus concert, and this guy came out and wrestled.
Such a jerk.
You also discovered Marco Stunt.
Yeah, it's true.
Both of them.
Orange Cassidy.
And
And Orange
Orange
Cassidy.
Cassidy and some animal named Sandman was there.
Oh,
And Sabu.
Oh.
Sabu there
that was
too.
sad.
and
He was
Sabu.
at one of them. I think it was at Wheatus.
Yes,
it was.
it's gotta be.
Yeah, it was there.
Yeah,
Gotta be that.
Yeah, Sandman and Sabu. Yeah.
Where else would he be?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Young Bucks versus Butcher and Blade. Cody versus Kip Sabian are next week.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're like the rest of America. Who's Butcher and Blade again? Who are those guys?
I only know them from Mike's
What?
show that he made us watch.
You're also like JR. Who? What the? Are these guys on a roster? What the hell?
We still got the Moxley Pac fight, so I
Yep.
thought he was just like adding.
Is this on the show? Excalibur,
Did I miss this?
Can you inform me? Who are these Blades and Butchers and Bunnies?
So we get Jericho joining commentary.
I-
I'm sorry. I skipped the Schiavone interviewing Paige and Omega.
Oh yeah, yeah.
on the back side of the back end of the boat.
Omega
Yep.
said he was thrilled to be tag champs with one of his best friends. Paige said he vowed to kick SCU's ass, and he did. The Bucks celebrate with Omega, and Paige said he was surprised that he won the tag titles before the Bucks did, then walked off.
Here's the thing.
Very
The way
contentious.
the reason this segment works so well is because Tony started with Kenny, let Kenny talk
and
for a long
focused
time.
strictly on Kenny.
Yep. And he cut off Adam Page in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the next
Yeah.
time Page gets to talk, the Young Bucks come out and they cut him off again. So
Yeah.
obviously
And
he's getting
they're-
pissed.
A tag team who are going to want these tag titles.
Yeah.
Oh, they're most definitely building to that.
Yeah.
You think that's got to be Revolution, right? I feel
Probably.
like-
I forgot that was their terrible name for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, probably.
It's got to be Revolution.
It's not so good.
So, next we've got the numero uno contender Moxley
Gian Moxley.
versus Pac.
How long can you hold a Gian?
Oh, it was long.
There's somebody
it
on
was
the,
so
the
long.
Reddit that's I don't understand it because I've never seen it, but they're keeping a count of like
How
so
long
far
is-
this year up to 25 seconds of Gian or whatever.
Well, you know how what is that dude's name?
Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts, the old WWE announcer,
Yeah,
used
he's
to be
back.
like John Cena. He's doing it to like a new degree, the highest camp that he
Just
can
doing
do.
it pretty much to who get himself over.
Yeah, I guess.
So this is a number one contender match. We'll face. I don't know. I'm guessing they'll face whoever the winner will face at Revolution.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be.
They begin with some chain wrestling. Moxley hits a released German.
Moxley has his
Right.
Solid Snake outfit
Yes.
on again with the eye patch and
Eye
cargo
patch.
pants.
Yep.
Camouflage cargo
You can
pants.
barely see out of the good
That's
eye.
the game, Metal Gear Solid, Bill, for where you don't sneak around. You just run around and
You just run and shoot people in the face. Right.
You
No,
never-
sometimes you put a disguise on, but then you still run and shoot people.
yeah. That's that game.
Yeah,
You
remember that.
never ever go in the box?
No, you never hide. This
He doesn't.
this was me playing Metal Gear Solid 3 in college. And Bill just be like, "Are you supposed to stick around?" Nope, I'm not going to.
Remember
And
that
me-
one battle where you're supposed to be sneaking through the flowers? You,
Oh, yeah.
crawled, and then just stood up and started shooting.
What about the? There was the one part where you had to sneak into a building and break someone out of jail.
Yeah, and you just run.
And I ran in guns a-blazing, and I broke the person out. But then there were like 40 bad guys just continuously chasing me in a circle, and you're like, "What the hell is going on here? You're supposed to sneak around." I'm like, "I didn't. It's too late."
Because then Dan
Chased
was like,
by all
"Oh
these
yeah, I beat
guys."
the whole game with just a blowgun or something like that." You're like, "Oh no, I just killed everyone."
Yeah, he beat the game with a fucking blow dart. There I am running around.
So good.
So Solid Snake.
Yes. So Moxley hits a German suplex. Pac begins striking Moxley's bandaged eye, of course. They roll outside where Pac continued to work on the eye. Moxley made a comeback during a commercial break, and they brawled up and down all over the ship. They made it back to the ring as they returned from break. Pac hits a missile dropkick. Moxley no-sold it and hits a lariat. They trade strikes. Moxley hits an X-Plex for a near fall. Pac hits a jawbreaker. They fought on the top rope. Moxley got the best of it. He shoved Pac off and hit an elbow. Moxley sold the elbow on the landing, and announcers reminded us that his staph infection elbow. Pac used Brutalizer, but Moxley rolled him over into a pin attempt. Pac kicked out and hit some Kawada kicks. Pac went for the Black Arrow, but Moxley gets his knees up and uses Cradle for a near fall. Pac is able to hit a release German suplex. Pac tries another Black Arrow, but misses this one entirely. Pac hits a super kick. He tries another, but Moxley blocks him and hits a double arm DDT for a 2 count.
Yeah, his finisher.
Pac rolls outside, though. Moxley went out after him and threw him back inside. Pac hits a superplex. Pac again applies the Brutalizer. They did a long tease, but Moxley reached the bottom rope for a break. Pac ripped Moxley's bandage off. Moxley uses a cradle for a near fall. And then the finish saw Moxley hitting a double arm DDT out of nowhere. He followed up with a paradigm shift and got the pin. Jericho stared down Moxley from the ramp as the show closed.
Jericho was fucking phenomenal on commentary during this thing.
He really
And
is.
it's like he's never going to do it because he's got too much going on and it's too easy of a job. But the true future of the show should be Jericho on color commentary.
Yeah.
Absolutely should be Jericho on color commentary.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was awesome. Because he was like putting them both over and being like,
Well, still trying to tear him down.
yeah, like making fun of them both, but like cheering for Pac, and then explaining like because Excalibur's like, why would you cheer for Pac? He's fucking crazy too, and him being like, well, I've already beaten Pac before. I know I can beat him.
Interesting. Okay.
And I don't know if he lost to Moxley in the past. I guess he must have.
You kept calling Moxley stupid.
Yeah, what a stupid move.
So dumb.
Why would you go up to the top rope like that? That's stupid.
Good.
It was good.
It was. I think they should have. It kind of makes Pac look weak though because he lost to a guy who has one eye.
Yeah,
What do you
that's
A bit.
And
A
then
bit.
if you have Pac go on to beat Jericho or to meet Jericho, you could have the storyline of, oh well, he lost last time. He's trying to get a win on him, and then Moxley can come back.
I'm sure Pac is going to get a title shot at some point.
It's just I don't know. It seems weird the way they went.
Well, they need their biggest star is Moxley. They need their biggest babyface, who is Moxley, to face Jericho.
Yeah.
You couldn't have your heel Pac, who's kind of in the middle,
Right.
face your top heel Jericho. Like that doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, there was no surprise when Pac lost.
Right.
Like, okay, he's definitely going to lose. And he did kick out of 2 paradigm shifts.
Yeah, that's true.
It took 3 paradigm shifts for him to. It took the super like jump up in the air paradigm shift thing
Right.
to kill him. So, yeah.
It was a good show.
Yeah, good.
Didn't he rip off the bandage?
Oh,
at
yeah,
one
he
point
did.
too. He
At
ripped
the-
off
at
the
the
elbow
very end.
bandage
Yes.
to try to expose the staph-infected elbow.
Ew,
Oh,
gross.
wait, no, I don't remember that.
Didn't he do that? Didn't he rip off the?
I know he ripped off the eye
He ripped off
bandage.
the eye bandage, but did he rip off the elbow bandage too?
He ripped off the elbow bandage. Yes.
Yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, I thought this was a very good show, very entertaining.
Yeah, it was good. I'm still just like not.
Well, with no Dark
Completely
Order and no Nightmare Collective, this should have been one of the best.
It should have,
better
and
shows.
it is a way better show, but I'm still just not like taken by it. Still not
Even
just
on
like,
even the boat gimmick didn't get you.
yeah. No, the boat was fun and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just too. I don't know. Maybe NXT is just brainwashed me.
They have to start pushing a different woman though, because Britt Baker is not
That's
it.
true.
She's not it.
There wasn't a lot of. Maybe you need another women's match on this show. I don't think there were a lot of women on the boat though. A lot of them weren't booked. It
Yeah.
didn't seem like.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who weren't on the boat.
One of their best people too, Bea Priestley, in my opinion, is one of the best people they've got. Has that whole thing in Stardom, so she can't
Yeah.
ever come over.
No, I think she lives in Japan now.
Yeah, her and Ospreay live in
Yeah.
Japan, so she only comes
Oh,
over
Ospreay,
once
right.
in a while to do something. It's not like she can't be champion
Yeah.
Right.
and like be around.
Well, Riho's champ.
Yeah, but she's around. She actually shows up.
Is Rio fight
She's in
wrestling
Stardom.
for somebody else?
She's in Stardom as well,
Oh.
I believe. Did you see that clip I retweeted of Riho slapping Minoru Suzuki
Oh, yeah,
across
yeah,
the
yeah.
face?
Oh yes, I did see
That was
that.
awesome.
When she looks like she's about 14,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. And Suzuki looks fucking massive. I don't know how long ago that was, but he is massive. In that
I watched a shoot fight match
Yeah.
between him and Jushin Thunder Liger.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
It was weird because Liger had like still was wearing not his mask but a mask,
Yeah.
and it was wild. Didn't
This-
last very long.
This was older, or this wasn't the
No,
most
this is
recent
older.
thing
No, this is older.
where they fought.
But apparently, like he needed an opponent, so Liger was just like, "Mm, "Fine, I'll do it. Whatever, I'll do it." This is a bad idea,
Crazy.
but he
Yeah,
did
right,
it.
yeah.
Crazy Liger. Of course he's going to do it. All right, that's it. Anything else to say about this?
I don't think
Would you
so.
consider going on the Jericho Cruise?
No,
Absolutely not.
Be locked
I
away.
never
on
want to be on a cruise.
locked away on a boat with
See,
marks.
I wouldn't
If it
mind
was
the cruise.
for not a lot of money, I would do it.
Oh right, we forgot to talk about what happened during the middle of the main event. Number one contender.
Right. Another bad commentary. Another bad thing on the fans.
Yeah.
A boat, Disney Cruise Liner,
Oh, yeah.
was parking or moving right next to it, and the crowd chanted "fuck your boat" or something like
Like
that.
just
That's
half
awful.
the
Our boat's better.
Yeah,
I think it
half
was.
the
yeah, a
crowd
lot of that stuff
just
during the
turned
match.
to the other boat in the middle of a number one contender
Yeah.
match between two terrific
So
wrestlers,
I was right. They are the worst fans in
and just
wrestling.
started paying attention to this other
Well,
boat.
and
All
also,
wrestling fans
I
are
know.
the worst fans.
Why? Like, I get being cynical wrestling fan, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Why would you swear at a bunch of kids on a Disney boat?
because
'Cause
you've
they're
been
drunk.
drinking all day.
Because you're wrestling fans.
They're drunk wrestling fans.
Okay, got it.
There's a
Understand?
there's a point in the, I think there's a point in the match. I don't know if it was cut out, but Meltzer talked about it, where Moxley or not Moxley, Pac looks at the crowd, and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Because he points to himself, he points to Moxley, and he's like, "Hello, what the fuck are you doing?"
So, can we agree if you enjoy watching wrestling, you're a bad person?
So what does that make us?
I'll say,
Terrible people.
Oh,
I do not enjoy wrestling, so I'm not a bad person.
Oh, well, you
I'm not
gotta-
discounting myself from this group.
okay. While he's cut himself off from this,
Yep. As quick as possible.
he's got other things he can be ashamed of as well.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Plenty of other things that I'm not going to bring up on the show. All right, Bill, you're up next. Do you have anything else to say about this, Mike? You
No.
kind of enjoyed it, but you didn't really.
No, I
enjoy
enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. And when you see, I don't know, when you sort of strip down AEW, it could be, you're just like, wow, they got so much talent. But then,
Well, so does WWE.
yeah, that's
it. WWE has crazy amounts of talent. They just don't use it right.
yeah.
They job out Keith Lee in the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
All right, Bill. Have you decided?
Oh yeah, what do you?
I
got for
have.
next week?
I have a movie that I got from
Oh boy.
Square Circle Reddit, actually.
Oh really?
Just randomly on some post. It's from 2019.
Oh no.
It's called The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, I heard this was excellent.
It's supposed to be very good.
The
Peanut butter
It's
falcon.
Shia LaBeouf.
Here's my one sentence recap.
Oh boy.
Zach runs away from his care home to make his dream of becoming a wrestler come true,
And it's Shia LaBeouf.
among other people. There are two wrestling people in it that I'm not going to tell you because I actually think you'll enjoy seeing them pop up on your screen.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be like 7.7 on IMDb. Got Robert Ebert gave it a 3.5. 96% Rotten Tomato.
Roger Ebert's dead, but
It's not.
website.
It's not
His
Ebert.
website, right.
Yeah, I was gonna say is
His
he dead?
website. Rotten Tomatoes 96%. It's supposed to be a very good movie.
Or is this available?
I assume it's available. I have not researched that.
Of course,
yeah, I don't
it's
know.
available.
I would assume, but I told you the least prepared I've ever been.
You are very ill prepared tonight.
I've done nothing for the show. I understand that.
You're almost below Wally. It's
I believe
sad.
he is below me for
is
this
he?
one.
I don't know.
For this one,
Oh, the Punisher's in it.
Tom Jane.
No, John Bernthal.
Oh, the good
Oh,
Punisher.
the
Punisher.
actual Punisher.
The good
Dakota
Punisher.
Johnson's in it.
Dakota Johnson. 50 Shades of Grey. Does that mean we can watch that?
Let's see why not.
Johnson.
Somebody brought up a. Speaking of backtracking to Kevin Nash, somebody brought up an anomaly that we have not reviewed, and it surprised me. Magic Mike XXL. Have we?
We did.
We did the
Not
first
second.
one.
We
not
did not
the-
do the second
We
one.
did the first one.
Because
not
I've
the-
still never seen Michael Strahan get naked, so
we did
Michael
not do the
Strahan's
second
in
one.
the second one.
of course he is.
We don't need to see that one.
Dude, Magic Mike XXL is a good show.
We have not seen Magic Mike XXL.
It's a really good movie.
We have not.
That was brought to my attention that we have yet to see that.
Should I know Bruce Dern from something?
Yeah,
Bruce Dern.
he's in all the Tarantino movies, but
Well,
he's
he's in this movie too.
like the weird old man in Hateful Eight. That's
Oh,
in the
okay.
cabin already.
Well, he's in this movie too.
He's awesome, and he's got a kind of cool part in that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. too,
Yeah.
where he's like the weird former studio owner.
Oh, right. He was supposed to be originally. That was supposed to be Burt Reynolds.
Oh, really?
Yes. Then he
Interesting.
passed.
All right, that's it. Next week is what is it called again?
Peanut Butter Falcon.
All right, peanut butter and tequila. Here we come.